maintain the life, look, and value of your motorcycle for years to come. Learn more at slickproductsusa.com.
Hi and welcome back to Dirtbike Magazine's video series Year 21, where we take you up close and personal with all the 2021 motocross model 450cc bikes available in the US today. Today, we're getting our first chance to ride the 2021 KTM 450 SXF. Compared to the 2020 standard version of the 450 SXF, the 2021 is a lot different. It might not look different with styling and all that kind of stuff. It does have new graphics, but it is really different underneath the surface. We did get a glimpse into what this bike was going to be when KTM introduced the limited run of their 450 factory edition. But this bike, compared to the 2020 model, does have a new mid-valve in the fork. It has other suspension changes in the fork. It does have suspension changes in the linkage with new seals that are less friction. There's new seals internally inside the shock as well. With the mapping, they made the number 2 map, which is the aggressive map. They made it a little bit more aggressive to kind of get a little bit more power down low to get over stuff coming right out of turns. The number 1 map stays pretty much the same as what it was last year. If you want all the in-depth specs on this motorcycle, head over to dirtbikemagazine.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description. It'll take you right to all the in-depth specs. That's enough talking. Let's go ride this thing. So we just got done with our first day of testing on the 2021 KTM 450 SXF. The first thing we noticed right out of the bat, the number 2 map, the aggressive map, is definitely more aggressive than what last year's version was. It's a little bit easier to come out of a turn and get over a double that you need to. You don't have to clutch it as much. It does have more compression braking coming into the corners, it feels like. Some of our test riders still like the number 1 map a little bit better because it's just smoother all around. On tight technical tracks, they do like the number 2 map, but that's all personal preference. Updates that KTM made in the fork with the new mid-valve assembly makes the bike not have as much feedback and be a little bit plusher all the way around. The big thing we noticed in the shock is, and it's gonna sound kind of weird, but the new seals in the back make the rear shock move a lot freer and everything in there move a lot freer, to where it made us change some of our suspension settings. We actually wanted a little bit less rebound in the shock so it didn't come back as fast. We're running the shock about 104, 105 millimeters of sag. We did take it up to about 101, 102. It made the bike turn a little bit quicker, but we got rid of some of the stability that we like on this motorcycle. So we sagged it back down to 104, 105, just to give us that stability back, especially on high-speed tracks like what you're seeing today here at Glen Helen. We didn't get a chance to try the new Wi-Fi mapping system that KTM has just made available. We didn't have it in the United States yet, but that's something that we're gonna do at a later date so that we can program our own maps in. It's really cool that they're now offering that, like some of the other manufacturers. As you guys know, we just got done testing the Husky 450. That bike is essentially the same motorcycle, just with the suspension lowered 10 millimeters all the way around. That bike does feel a little bit more planted in corners and a little bit more stable than what the KTM does, just riding them back to back. Again, this is our first day of testing on the KTM. We got to get it dialed in. We got to get the suspension dialed in. And then we're going to do a lot of back-to-back testing with that to see which one's better, because it's essentially the same motorcycle. The other thing that's different on this KTM that was different from the Husky is that this one has an open air box with the cuts in it. And you do notice a little bit more sucking sound, but going back and forth from the closed air box to the open air box, you notice a little bit of snap, but it's not earth-shattering. Don't forget, this is the end of our first day of testing. We're just giving you our initial thoughts of the motorcycle. We're gonna do a lot more testing with this particular bike and the other 450s that are available on the market today. And then we will put them in a shootout and see which one wins. If you got a little bit more time on your hands, click these other 2021 videos that we've already filmed, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all our latest releases. If you're looking for more off-road and motocross industry news, head over to dirtbikemagazine.com.